Hi guys! So this week I'm coming to you with a recorded video instead of a live because I will be at my sister's right now having dinner and spending time with my nieces. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make this quote graphic. Misfit has very kindly donated her brand for this tutorial, and we're going to get started by coming over here and creating a new social media post. And while that's loading, I will save her logo. And when I was looking for a photo for the background, like, she has a lot of good photos. It was tough to choose, but I don't think you can really top this one. This is awesome. I love this photo. And one of the things that appeals to me with it is, aside from that beautiful moment between them, which is just so fantastic, structurally the image really works as well. So the faces in this image are near the top and near the side, and when you see how the text sits on the graphic, you'll understand why that's really helpful. So if we come over here, and we'll start by getting the elements in here. So if you just click and drag, it'll do the uploading for you. Just like that. So here we go. You'll notice over here I've got her head quite high up, and that's to leave room for the text, and so you can still see her face. So right up there. Cool. And now we're going to grab a trusty box over here in shapes, and I'll pop in the pink colour here, the code that I've got for her pink. And get that to take up the whole thing. And this is the cool part here. You come over to this and you fade it just enough. So 90 is about good. You want to be able to see what's going on behind the pink, but you don't want it to be so see-through that it becomes too hard to read the text. And that's one of the cool ways that you can use images and graphics and keep them readable even if they're quite busy images. The next thing we're going to do is a little branded footer. Change that to white, and this is where her logo comes in. A little bit. See, now sometimes this is going to happen. You might have a bit of extra white space. So you can come along. Arrow keys there to move it around a little bit. The arrow keys are good for making really subtle adjustments. You'll see it's still a bit too high, and I could go into Lunar Picking and clear cut this, but in this particular case, you don't really need to. You can just use the crop feature to get in a bit closer on the logo there. Okay. Next, we will do the website. Misfit. And I like to do the website because we've used pink already, like, you don't have to put it in manually every time. So because the pink has already been done here, you can just click it to reselect it for other things. I generally like to make the text for the website the same color as the brand. So it just helps strengthen that look. And now we come over to Cooper Hewitt. I tend to make it all caps just because it's easier to read, but in general you want the website font to be quite clear and readable so that people can easily find it. And I generally go a little bit on the small side and then widen out the spacing so it's easier for people to see all the individual letters that make it up. Just bring it down so it's in line. There you can see the bottom of the word Misfit. It's really nice if you can line it up where the bottom kind of lines up as best you can with the bottom of the word for the website. Okay, so now we have misfit.co.nz, and now we can get started on this part of the text. So zoom back out, grab some text. It is, if you believe in yourself, and give that a nice readable font. I would recommend that you use the same fonts like the same sort of like 2 to 3 fonts for most of what you do, because it'll help build that brand recognition. So I see I'm making it sure it snaps, and I've got it just under her chin there. And now I want a nice line, so I come over to lines. There's a really cool line that I come across for these particular types of posts. So it's this little dotted one here where the dots go small to big and then back to small again. And just change that to white. Bring it in, and I've made it slightly shorter than the "if you believe in yourself" text, just because it creates a nice shape. Okay, so we've got that. Come on back to text. Now here, anything is possible. All caps. And the one I used for this was Amatic small caps. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these right when I'm reading out these fonts in Canva. And I made it bold. And anything is possible. Now go really big. Bigger than that. Hold on. Let's see how big it is. I think it's going to be the biggest one we can do. Yeah. Now that does go off the bottom, but you don't need that much space between it with this particular font. So if you click spacing and go to line height, just drag that down until you see the space closing in a bit there. Move this up a little bit. Just using the arrow keys. More room to move everything else up slightly. Okay, now there's room for everyone. Let's get it kind of in the middle there. So, let's give it a little bit more spacing because it's slightly too close. There we go. So, if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. A great quote from Misfit there. And same thing, she can use this quote, or if you've made a version of this for yourself with your branding, and all you need to do is come in and swap out, break your quote up into 2 pieces. You notice this is quite a short quote, so 3 words and 5 words. So quotes generally do suit less text better, or different styling options for longer ones. So I'll put that in my to-do list for a tutorial in future, and that's how to do quotes when you've got a lot more text. But that's for this week. So if you would like to see more of these, like next week, I'll be doing one, oh gosh, I can't think of off the top of my head. It's a before and after one, a before and after graphic. So that'll be going live at 8:20 on Winmill Creative next Thursday. I'd love to see you there.